Now let's turn south to the U.S., to the state of Georgia. A tragedy has taken place there, one that is all too common in America. There was a mass shooting at a school. 4 people were killed, 2 children, 2 adults, 2 students and 2 teachers. They were gunned down by a boy who went to the school. The local police responded to calls for help, but 4 people had already been killed by the time they arrived. And the shooter surrendered when he encountered them.
As the sheriff mentioned earlier this morning, the shooter is in custody. His name is Colt, that's C-O-L-T, Gray. He is a 14-year-old student here at the high school. Again, he has been taken into custody. He will be charged with murder and he will be tried as an adult and handled as an adult.
The shooter was 14 years old. He managed to get his hands on an AR platform-style weapon, a semi-automatic rifle. This despite being on the police's watch list. Reports say that the suspect was on the FBI's radar last year, America's much-wanted Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI. The suspect had made some threatening posts on an online gaming site. He'd warned of a school shooting at an unidentified location and time. He'd even posted pictures of some guns. So the feds had tipped off local law enforcement, and a nearby sheriff's office interviewed the suspect. All of this happened last year, when he was still 13 years old. At the time, the boy denied making those threats. His father owned some guns, but insisted that the boy did not have unsupervised access to those guns. So the police could not detain him. The authorities reportedly issued a warning to the schools in the area. The suspect was supposed to be monitored. But clearly, this did not work. He ended up killing 4 people, then surrendered to the police. He will be tried as an adult, but that won't bring the victims back. It won't change the fact that this was a massive security failure, and it won't change the situation in America. Guns are the leading cause of deaths for American children and teens. Every year, thousands of children are killed by firearms. The trend has only been rising. In 2021, more than 2,500 children died in firearm-related incidents. More than 2,500 children. School shootings are a part of this. Dozens of children have been killed at school over the last few years. At school, it's supposed to be the safest place for children outside their homes. But in the US, they are the sites of massacres. After a certain point, you have to start wondering, does the US even care about its children? It's supposed to be a superpower, the leader of the free world. So how is it that children are not safe in American schools? There will always be a bunch of excuses and the endless politics.
But this is just a senseless tragedy on top of so many senseless tragedies. And it's just outrageous that every day in our country, in the United States of America, that parents have to send their children to school worried about whether or not their child will come home alive. It's senseless. It is, we've got to stop it. And we have to end this epidemic of gun violence in our country once and for all.
Have to end it, she says. Okay, so do it. She's been serving as the vice president for almost 4 years now. How much time does it take to stop school shootings? The Democrats complain that their hands are tied, that the Republicans won't let them fix the problem. The Republicans are gun buffs. Perhaps this kind of collateral damage is fine for them. Either way, the US has no solutions. It cannot stop gun violence. It cannot stop school shootings. It cannot get its act together. By now, this has become common knowledge. Yet the Americans seem to be blind to this reality as they poke their nose into everyone else's business. Washington will declare other countries dangerous for their citizens and issue travel advisories. Their ambassadors will keep dishing out sermons and policy prescriptions about public safety and human rights. All this without so much as batting an eyelid, as if completely oblivious to what goes on at home. The truth is, it's the US that's an unsafe country now, the most dangerous developed nation in the world. It needs to set its house in order before preaching to the rest.
Across continents, one powerful news source.
Bringing you diverse perspectives on the issues that matter.
We go beyond the boundaries to give you that little extra about every sporting moment.
So thank you for making Firstpost 5 million strong. We're counting on your support, and you can trust us to bring you the news unfiltered and unvarnished. On the show today, the T20 World Cup bandwagon has moved across to the West Indies. What can we expect from this?
Hello, I'm Alison Green, coming to you from Durban, South Africa. Today we have a special show.
Start with a report on India's shifting nuclear posture. For the first time since India officially became a nuclear power.
Hello and welcome to Firstpost America. I'm Eric Ham, coming to you live from the nation's capital,